Join me today as I take you to the ultimate Japanese hardware store. I'm missing a roof on my outside balcony, so I'm going there today to see what they have. As you saw in my last video, I'm thinking about camping, so I want to check out the camping goods, and I also heard they have a bit of a pet section, so I'm looking for some things for Millie as well. Stick around to the end of the video and you'll see me have what I would call a bit of a failure on putting the roof on my balcony. So the hardware store I'm going to take you to is called Handsman, and apparently it has everything you can imagine. It's been likened to a theme park. Since this house settled, I've done a few jobs here and there, but I know that summer's coming and I've just installed an air conditioner in the upstairs room, and I really think I need some kind of roofing out on the balcony. So that's going to be my first job, followed by a bit of a repair job from Miss Millie, and I'll talk about that later, but she has been a little bit of a destructo cat. So if you're new to the channel, my name is Cheney and I've been in Japan about a year now. I've bought an Akiya and I've been renovating it bit by bit to make it comfortable. I teach English during the week and I have a little bit of spare time. A lot of you ask me how I get to stay in Japan, and it's because I have a work visa. I have a couple of videos on my channel now, and one of them is a day in the life of an English teacher if you'd like to catch up on that one. So I took the toll road to come here and I've gotten off at Matsubara, which is a suburb in Osaka. And wow, this place is massive, even from the outside. As I walk in the door, I'm just blown away. This place looks amazing. They're not wrong. This is just like a theme park. So the number one priority for me today is to look at the roofing material and check out the prices just to see if it's a better deal than my local hardware store in Wakayama. They seem to have everything I need, including these great little clips which will clip the roof down to the existing frame. Gosh, the prices are quite reasonable. I'm sure I paid a bit more for these ramps in Wakayama. You don't have to be handy to come to this shop because it seems to cater for just about everyone, from gardening right through to hobbies and pets and camping, as I'm going to show you in a minute. The store opens at 7 AM and I've gotten here pretty early. I think I got here around 8 o'clock, so it's not that busy just yet. It's a Saturday and my day off, so I really want to just take some time to wander around and look at everything that's here. I'm not under any pressure to get back home at any set time, although I do want to make sure I beat the traffic going home. I'm guessing that I could probably spend a good 3 or maybe 4 hours here. Check out this cool workwear with fans built into the vest. How awesome is that for summer? Once again, I'm just blown away with how big this place is. It seems to go on forever. So first up, I'm looking for a new harness for Millie as she's gotten a bit bigger. Don't think I'm crazy, but I have seen some cats in prams and I really want to take Millie out and about and get her used to being outside if we go camping. So I'm seriously considering getting her a pram or a cart, I think they call it here. I'm sure people are gonna laugh at me, but hey, I don't care. Surprisingly, Millie is actually a larger breed cat, so I need to make sure it's going to be large enough for her when she's fully grown. I also want to make sure that she can clearly see outside and she's comfortable when she's sitting inside. So lucky for me and Millie, they had one in stock, so I can take it home with me today. Stay tuned to the end of the video because I'm going to take you along for Millie's first ride in the pram. Now it's off to check out the camping things. I probably won't buy anything for the camping today, but I just want to have a look and see what's around and what sort of prices they are. The selection was way bigger than I expected, so I spent a fair bit of time looking at all the things here and imagining what it will be like to camp and what sort of things I might need to take with me. So I also got a couple of things for the kitchen, and I decided not to buy the roofing materials here today. My main reason was it's a little bit too far to come back if I needed to return anything, and I'm really not 100% sure on the size of the brackets and things like that, so I'm just going to get those things back home at Wakayama. Going to Handsman today was a fun day out. It was a bit far for me. It was about 40 minutes on the tolls, so I probably wouldn't use it as my local hardware store, but definitely a great place to visit once in a while. So it's the next day now, and you're about to see me fail at putting a roof on my back deck. I got the same material that I saw at Handsman from my local Conan shop. It easily fits in the back of my car, and it's really light and easy to carry even if I've got to take it upstairs. I managed to find the same clips that were being sold at Handsman, and I also figured out which size I needed. These ones are adjustable clips. The good thing is the frame for the roofing out on the back deck is the exact size of the sheets that you can buy in the shop, so it all fits in really nice and neatly, and it's just a matter of sliding it in and then screwing it down. The roofing material is quite light and very easy to work with. But the problem is I had nowhere to stand, and the ladder fouled on the air conditioner, and I had no way of putting the last two pieces up. So without scaffolding, I'm stuck and I just can't go any further. I'm not sure, do you have any ideas how I could fix this? I'm just gonna have to leave it as is. At least I got half a roof on. So I was telling you about Destructo cat Millie. You all think Millie's an angel, but she's actually a little devil destroyer cat. And now the truth comes out, and this is why I really can't be renting a house here in Japan. Millie is eating the doors piece by piece. She's starting to strip the bottom of the plywood off. So I've decided to buy a bit of plywood and screw it to the bottom. This is sort of a temporary measure until I figure out what to do with these doors. I'm probably going to paint them in the end, and I'll work out a way to cover up the mess she's made. She is well fed and she has so many scratchy things and toys that she can play with. I even give her empty boxes, but for some reason she just wanted to attack these doors. I'm guessing she does it when I leave for work, and it's probably her way of trying to break the door down to come after me. I was thinking of setting up some pet cameras to see what trouble she gets up to while I'm not at home. So that's my temporary fix for now, and it's time to take Millie for her first inaugural walk in the pram. Let's see how she likes it. Millie is a ragdoll, and her personality is very outgoing. She does seem to like other people, and she's not that shy, so if anyone comes to the house, she usually goes straight to them and tries to let them know that she's the boss of the house. Given that it's her first time riding in this kind of pram, I think she's doing really well. She's just sitting up, looking around and having a good old ride. She didn't meow once, and I kept a very close eye on her, and she seemed to be enjoying it. I've come around to the back of the house, and there's my half a roof. Next up is the kitchen, and while I was at the hardware store, I bought this replacement stove cover. These are really handy, and I've been using it since I moved into this house, so it gives me a good opportunity to give the stove a good old clean and chuck the old cover away and then replace it with the new one. I use this spray-on cleaning stuff. It just melts away all the grime. It's really handy and it works like crazy, so I just put some newspaper down to soak any excess up. And while that's doing its job, I'm going to scrub the stove now I've pulled all the bits off it. Then all I've got to do is wash that cleaner off, and all the grime and grease should just wash away with a bit of hot water. Of course, Millie needs to supervise this process to make sure I'm doing it right. You can buy these in black and silver, and they come in a few different sizes, so it's really good to measure your stove before you go and buy one. When I bought the house, the stove was a bit old and I've scrubbed it as much as I can, but it just doesn't come up perfect. It's got a lot of marks and things like that that just won't come out, so having a product like this really helps me to feel good about the stove. It doesn't look perfect, but it looks pretty good to me. And I always just light the burners to make sure there's no blockages. I'm excited to announce that recently this channel became monetized, and that means that each video earns a few dollars now. You'll know from watching my other videos that the aim of this channel wasn't to get monetized, it was really just to help people who are feeling a bit stuck in a rut and wanting to make a change in their lives. So I actually haven't touched a cent of that ad revenue that has come through, and I've decided to invest it all straight back into the channel. So the first thing I'm doing is making a language course, which is coming soon. I'm just in the final processes. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so I don't want to release that until it's perfect. And secondly, I'm going to buy that Suzuki Every. I think it would be great to take you on some adventures with me. I've even been contacted recently by a small rural town and asked if I could visit them to talk about their Akiya houses. So I'd really like to support rural Japan. So buying this car feels like it could be a win-win for everybody. In my last video, a few lovely supporters sent me some money and said this is for the car fund, this is for the Suzuki Every. So I decided to set up a goal page on my Ko-fi link. You can directly track the funds that are coming in for the car. As I said, I'm going to put all of the ad revenue straight into this fund, and hopefully we reach this goal before the end of summer. It'd be lovely to take you on some camping adventures in a Suzuki Every. You've been such a supportive community, and I can't wait to go on some more adventures with you soon. Thank you so much. Talk to you later. Bye.